Hi everyone, Extra Flaming here and welcome back to a new video on the channel. And today guys, we are going to be doing our BBL 12 final review. Obviously, the BBL 12 final was played last night between the Scorchers and the Heat at Optus Stadium. And in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing that game and going over everything that was involved in that game. Alright, so before I go ahead and start, do go ahead and feel free after this video to go ahead and watch my video on the Brisbane Heat, how they turned their season around. That was really key as to how they got to the grand final. It was about a 3 or so week turnaround, which included them going from two wins, 6 losses, and 1 no result to being 6 wins, 7 losses, and 1 no result. And that is how they made the finals. They battled incredibly well through the eliminator, the knockout, and the challenger. And that is why they are here in the grand final with a chance to win. So the Perth Scorchers did win by 5 wickets, which ended Brisbane's fairy tale season. Obviously, which they came from the clouds to make the finals after being bottom of the ladder for a bit of time. And the Scorchers, well, we know they've probably been the best side all year to be playing in the Big Bash, and they just showed why they are still probably the best side in the competition at this current stage. The Heat, they finished 7 for 175 off their 20 overs, with Josh Brown starting extremely well, facing the first 12 balls of the game, getting 25 off him. A couple of lucky edges in the first couple of deliveries helped towards his 4-4s, and then 1-6 as well, got his side off and rolling nice and early. Then Sam Heazlett and Nathan McSweeney combined for a strong standing partnership. However, Heazlett only striking at 113.33 and McSweeney only striking at 110.81 brought the Scorchers back into the game, and they got a little bit of time out of that as well. Heazlett hit 2 4s, 1-6. McSweeney hit 3 4s, 1-6. But yeah, after that partnership came to a pretty a close. That brought on a couple of wickets. Pearson fell cheaply for 3. And then in the end, though, Hayne got going 21 from 16, but didn't do anything spectacular. It was Max Bryant that lit up Optus Stadium for the Brisbane Heat. He made 31 from 14, a quick fire innings, striking over 200, 2 4s, 3 6s. He did incredibly well. Michael Neser finds the top edge of his bat and is caught by Inglis. In fact, Bryant also did the same thing, and they were on a hat-trick where the Perth Scorchers. However, next ball was a solid block from either Hayne or Bazley, and then James Bazley was caught by Eskenazi, bowled by Ty, which brought up his 300th wicket for Andrew Ty in T20 cricket. And then Bartlett goes big with a monster of 6 to finish off the innings. So full of wickets, going to have a little look at that. So they were trotting along pretty nicely. First wicket fell at 25, then their second fell at 104, then 108, and then 117. You can see there they lost a couple of wickets in a small batch of time. Lost 3 wickets in about a little over a couple of overs. And then Bryant and Neser went ball after ball, and then Bazley gone late on the last, before then a really nice 6 from Bartlett to close off the innings. So Jason Berendorf, 2 for 26 from 4 was good. David Payne, 1 for 37 from his 4, wasn't too bad. Matthew Kelly, 2 for 37, picked up a couple of important wickets in there. Hardy, 1 for 27 from 3, was not that bad. Cooper Connolly bowled just the one over of spin, which I was surprised with. While watching this game, I was very surprised, only going to go for the 1 over of spin. 0 for 4 from his first. Probably couldn't have been too harmful to bowl him again, actually. And then AJ Ty picks up his 300th T20 wicket. 1 for 42 from 4 wasn't overly bad. However, 4 wides for Ty. It's a bit of a unusual stat for AJ Ty, but 7 for 175 didn't look like a bad score. It looked about par, kind of a score that you'd be looking to get on a wicket like this. However, for where the Heat probably should have been, I feel like this was unders. They probably should have been right around that 190 mark, or 200 right from the outset, especially with Josh Brown and Max Bryan. If they hadn't have made these big knocks, they would have been right back at 140 and literally given the game to the Perth Scorchers earlier on. But luckily enough, they got to 175 in the end. It was a defendable score on this wicket for sure, but yeah, you would have still felt, though, that a little bit higher probably should have been what they should have gotten. So now we're going to the second innings. Of course, Perth Scorchers batting, and Eskenazi, very disappointing run out. He put no effort into the run at all, and he was going for 21 off 19 in innings, which included 3 fours. Cameron Bancroft up the top of the order also gone reasonably cheaply, 15 from 13 in innings that included 2 fours as well. 2 fours. Eskenazi's included 3 fours. And then Aaron Hardy, he was a massive wicket in the context of this game, going for 17 from 13. Again, 2 fours in his innings, but that's a big wicket. Aaron Hardy, we know some of the cameos that he's been able to put on this year. That's a massive wicket, getting rid of Aaron Hardy. Then Josh Inglis goes for 26 off 22, and again, nobody really been firepower striking extremely big hitting at the moment. It was all kind of just little cameos here, striking just a little over 100 each. Got them to about a par score as to where they should have been at the time, but they still did look behind when Inglis did get out at 4 for 134 after 16.3. It did look pretty tough. It looked tough, the run home for the Scorchers. However, Ashton Turner, he really did get the back end of the innings going, 53 from 32, an innings which included 5 fours and 2 sixes, striking 165, really brought them right back into things. He got run out by Spencer Johnson in a very unlucky run out. I don't think there was ever going to be 2 there anyway. And yeah, he was very unlucky, and it looked probably over when he got out. But however, things did not end up panning out that way. Nick Hobson probably put on the best innings he's ever put on. He's put on more runs before, but in just the context of the game kind of innings, 18 from 7, 1-4-1-6, striking at 257, really important. And Cooper Connolly, the 19-year-old, is going to probably go viral for his 25 off of 11 in the end, which was the match-winning innings for the Perth Scorchers. 1 for 2 big sixes, striking at 227.27, and that was enough to guide him home. Nick Hobson in the end finishes off the work with a 4. Probably could have been a waist-high no ball anyway, which won the game with a couple of balls to go. With 4 balls to spare, they won, and it was all off the bats of Turner, Hobson and Connolly, which guided them home in the end. But yeah, it was a remarkable last couple of overs, as you can see there. After 16.5, they were 5 for 137. Still needing so much work to do off the last 3 overs, but in the end, it was Hobson and Connolly which guides them home. Bowling-wise, Michael Neeson, none for 38 from his 3.2. Probably not his best bowling outing at all. He's had way better BBL 12. Xavier Bartlett, 1 for 31 from his 4. He was pretty good as well with ball in hand. He's normally pretty good with ball in hand anyway. Spencer Johnson, the young gun that can bowl up to 150 k's an hour, 1 for 37 from 4. He was pretty impressive. James Basley, none for 42 from his 4. Found himself to be reasonably expensive in his in a couple of games this year. And Matt Kuhneman, 1 for 28 from his 4, probably bowled really well, and probably bowled the best that he's bowled, especially in a big game like this. You need to keep your cool, and he did exactly like that with an economy rate of only 7, and that's probably why he was their best bowler for the Heat. But Ashton Turner, man of the match, no surprise there, 53 from 32. He made the highest score in the game, and just in the context of the game, if he hadn't have made that, they probably would have lost the Scorchers. And Ashton Turner's been such a player that can steady the ship with some big power hitting. However, this season for the Perth Scorchers, he's probably one of their most valuable players as well. And probably could have been right in that contention for one of the BBL players of the tournament. So there we go. It was an amazing BBL 12 final, probably one of the closer ones that we've seen in the past couple of years. Obviously, yesterday's been great, but BBL 11's final between the Scorchers and the Sixers at Marvel was quite a poor final. The Scorchers absolutely ran rampant over them. But yeah, this was a cracking final. The Brisbane Heat did a lot of work to get there. But yeah, it was a really good game. I feel like the deserving side, the Perth Scorchers, did go ahead and win. So thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. See you guys, never miss another video on the channel. Then guys, we'll smash and subscribe, run, extra flaming out.